Hi, I'm Angela Arnold with College Admissions 411. Today I'd like to talk with you about deferring your college admissions. Many students ask me about that now. They like to maybe defer their college admissions for a year or two. All colleges have different policies about that, but most will allow you to defer your college admissions for a year or two for good reasons. You must provide written reasons to them. Write down what you plan to do during your time off from your academic studies. Deferments are generally granted for military service, or if you volunteer with the Peace Corps or another volunteer or service organization. That's generally applauded and accepted and approved. However, if you want to take a year off to study someplace else, you're going to have to do a lot of explaining, because they figure if you're going to study, you might as well study at the college or university that you were admitted to. And you may also have to report back on the college or university or on your experiences. Now, generally, since they approve non-academic work, you need to think about what you really want to do. If you're going to take a time off for work, that's approved also. But if you do decide to go to a different college or university or study abroad or do something else, you may have to reapply as a transfer student, because there's no guarantee that you're going to be accepted also. So if you just need a break from school, you want to keep your activities during your gap year strictly non-academic. Now, my advice for a gap year is to do something that's going to be special, something that's going to be life-changing, and something that's going to be, I would say, different from what you would do if you stayed in college and followed the regular academic path. You may want to volunteer abroad, as I indicated. You may want to teach English in an Asian country. But I suggest you do something you could never do in college. You visit an unusual place, take an unusual and not typical job. You might want to just do a web search to see what kind of gap year programs are available to you, and they may help you crystallize your plans. Gap years are the ordinary course of events in Europe and the UK and Australia, and the trend is picking up here in the United States also. Gap year students generally return to their studies highly focused and highly motivated. They generally have higher completion rates than the traditional students. We in the United States always focus so much on getting accepted to college, but we rarely focus on college retention and the need to graduate from college. And I can tell you, few things are worse for students and their families than having a student start at college, take out a bunch of student loans, drop out, and then end up owing all of that money. That's really no fun at all. 60% of all students who start a four-year state college or university don't graduate within 5 years rather. And 30% of students who enroll in college or university don't come back for their sophomore year. So retention is a serious problem. I recommend very strongly that you don't go to college unless you're truly certain that that's what you want to do. And if you're very much ready, you're better off not even starting. That's going to save everyone time and money, especially yourself. So a gap year might be what you really need to do if you decide you don't want to go immediately to college. There are alternatives to the four-year college. You have trade school, you have vocational school, and additionally, there's a trend that is catching on about three-year colleges, so that might be a viable option for us in the near future. By the way, if you're interested, I have an entire section in an ebook that I wrote on alternatives to the four-year college. The title to my ebook is College Admissions 411, and you can find more information about that as you browse my website.